Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we're having sushi again. Look, I love California rolls. Like Wegmans be doing the best sushi rolls I've ever had. Okay, so I had to go again. I was craving it ever since the last time I had it, which was last week. So here it is. So let's get it started. I had my hair like in a really high like ponytail, and I took it off because it was hurting me. So I had it on like literally for hours, and I was like massaging like the back, like like the middle of my head, and it felt so good. And I was just like, let me eat before I just rock myself to sleep. So that's why, like, my hair looking cray cray. But anyway, look at this beautiful sushi. This one right here is like popping out. I don't know, but let's get it started. So hopefully you guys are enjoying whatever you are eating now, or whatever you guys are thinking of eating now, or just watching me eat. But let's have another story time. This ginger be waking up all types of senses. All right, this ginger be strong, but it's good though. Okay, first of all, in my area it was super windy. Oh my god, these are like stuck together. Okay, there you go. Super windy, like disrespectful windy, and really cold. So I had to do what I had to do for the craving. Okay, there you go. Here it is. First bite. Yes. So good, guys. If you guys have a Wegmans near you guys, please get the California roll. It is so delicious. This is the crunchy one. It's so good. It just has like these like onion like crunchies on the top. I don't know what they're called, but it's these. Can you guys even see it? I don't know what they are, but it tastes like onion. All right, guys. So let's get story time started before I finish all of my sushi. So anyway, this story is about a very racist neighbor we used to have. So when I was 12, we moved down here to Woodbridge, right? We moved into a house because we used to live in apartments, and so like this house like went on sale, and then my mom and my dad purchased it. So anyway, we moved here. We moved to this neighborhood, and it was mostly all white folks. Like, I want to say it was me and then like another Hispanic family down the street from where our house was that like only lived there, but then the rest were just white folks. Bon appetit. So it was mainly just white people, right? And so our house was in a corner, and the house right across from us was this white family, and there's this white lady that used to hate our guts, guys. And we didn't even know this lady. It was just because we were Hispanic and we moved into a white neighborhood. So anyway, I want to say like the first couple of months were okay. And then it started off like this lady was calling immigration on us. So I have a brother that loves cars. He works on cars and all that stuff, right? So he used to buy cars and then have them sitting in our house. Like they would park. He would park the cars like in the driveway, out front on the street and everything. And so I guess this lady would see. And let me tell you, she was an older lady, but I don't even know, like maybe like in her 60s or 70s. And we never made like loud loud noises, played loud music, or like we were never rowdy, right? But this lady, it was just all because, like I said, we were Hispanic, and maybe she didn't like, she's racist towards Hispanic, towards black people and all that other races outside of being white. And so my brother would have all these cars parked outside, and then she'll call immigration because she'll say that there was a whole lot of immigrants living in our house. And we're like, what? So immigration would come, and they would like search and everything, whatever. And obviously there was nothing to like look at or whatever. Like, you know, there was no immigrants in the house, so they would leave. And so this is the bomb.com. But anyway, so every time she would call like law enforcement or whatever, and they would go to our house and they would do like nothing, that would like put more fuel to her fire. She'll get really like extra pissed. And so it'd be like constantly, like maybe if it wasn't like every day, it was like twice a day or twice a week, 3 times a week that the cops, like the county cops, would get called. And they would get called for everything. Help my brother buy a tow truck. And so we had that tow truck parked on the driveway, like in the driveway. And so she called the cops for that because it was an oversized vehicle, you know, in a residential area. She called the cops for that. She would call the cops because she thought that plates weren't legal on the cars that we used to have. She'd call the cops because we were just sitting outside, like just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like she would call the cops for every little thing on us. And we were getting so tired. So tired. And we literally would not do anything to this lady. Nothing. So years keep going by and keep going by. As the years go by, all these Prince William County police know our family. They know who the Gomez family is. Like they used to be called, and they used to come to the house, and like when the police would come to our house, she would be out looking like out her window or out the door, like just straight like looking to see what the cops would tell us, what they, you know, if they would write a ticket or whatever. And so I remember specifically this cop come to the house, and we were like, oh my God, again? You know, it was like me, my mom. I think we had another sibling there, but I can't remember if it was my brother, like one of my brothers, but it was one of them, right? So we come out, and this cop, he goes like, I know this lady is called, you know, this lady called. I know she's looking, and I know she wants, you know, for you guys to get disciplined for whatever reason she had called. And we were like, okay. And so he said, we're going to pretend like we're talking about the situation she called about. And I said, oh, perfect. And so, you know, we were just cracking jokes back and forth. This lady was getting more and more and more pissed off because we were all laughing. Like the cop was laughing. We were laughing. My mom was laughing. You know, because my mom was looking at the patrol car, and she said, you guys should get tickets as well. And he was just like, ticket? Why should I get a ticket? And my mom was like, well, your headlight is out. And he started laughing or whatever. And so after a little bit, you know, the cop was like, all right, don't do it again. She said it like that loud so the lady can hear. But then, I mean, obviously the lady wasn't that stupid. And, you know, she got really mad. So she had called the cops again that same day to report that cop that came to our house about not doing his job, about whatever she was calling about. So low-key, Prince William County cops were already tired of this lady. But, you know, it was like they still have to show up. They still have to check out the situation just to make sure, you know, everything is okay. And so it came to a point where she didn't trust the cops anymore, because obviously the cops would just come and chill with us for a little bit, you know, crack some jokes. We'd have like conversations, and then they would leave. So I guess this lady would tell her sons, right? And her sons were like older folks as well. They were like maybe in their like late 40s. There was like this tall, skinny one that was like always drunk, to me, like always drunk, smoking and stuff. And then there was this other like really big guy, like big, like can't put shoes on big, you know what I'm saying? And even the mailman was related to these people. So the mailman would go and tell this lady like, oh, you know, they have this certain mail that came in into the, you know, into like that I delivered. And then that will like, you know, she will, whatever reason, she'll like call the cops on that. And she just basically call the cops on everything. Like we would go out, breathe some air, and she'll call the cops, you know what I'm saying? And okay, so the whole cop thing didn't work for her anymore. So she would tell her sons. Guys, I really recommend this sushi roll. It's so good. Anyway, so what her sons would do is like they would go out and like yell some stuff to us, you know, and we never like really paid attention. So then that made them more pissed off. This one's like falling apart. And because they saw that we weren't scared of them, we will clap back as well, right? Like we didn't just stay quiet. We called the cops on these people too, because like we saw the mailman like go in our backyard looking for whatever. When we were gone, the neighbors would tell us that the lady's sons, like the really tall, skinny one, was in our backyard snooping around. And we were like, what is the whole point of that? Like, what are you guys even looking for? You know, they were just looking for whatever little reason to call the cops or to like, and this went on for 10 years. And I think they were just trying to bother us enough to the point where we would say, all right, we're leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had enough. Where like, you like, congratulations, you guys ran us off. But that wasn't the case. We weren't going anywhere. So then we would call the cops as well on them. Like, you know, they're on our property when we're not here. Like, we have witnesses that had told us. So it was like a battle, like going back and forth, back and forth. So she would tell her sons, and then their sons will like yell whatever things to us. And there was one like afternoon that my mom was outside. Like, me and my mom were outside. And, oh, I think we had put like a restraining order on these people. And that made them like really upset. So this guy, he knew he couldn't get close enough to us in the house. So he would walk in the middle of the road, yelling profanity things to us, right? So this afternoon, Mom and I are outside, and I think she was like watering something, or we were just like picking up leaves. We're doing like yard work. We were doing something. And this guy is like in the middle of the street, like right in front of our house, looking right at us, just talking all this nonsense. And we were like, what the, you know, and he was just saying all this crap and cussing at us and doing all this. And he made the gesture of like dry humping, right? And that just sent me off, because he did that to my mom. And I was like, you know, and I was just going off. Like, I said, you white trash, you this, you that. You know, like, get clothes. Like, I want you to get clothes. Like, come, you know, I squared up with this guy. And my mom was like, no, just call the cops. You know, he's not even supposed to be around. So we called the cops. The cops came, calmed the whole situation down. There was even a point where like, they would like write down our tag numbers and like run them through whatever system. And it was just a whole lot of craziness going on with this lady. But eventually she was getting older. You know, her health was getting worse, but then she would drive this white like county car, and she thought she was a cop by just driving that car. Like, she would drive it around the whole neighborhood, drive around like 5 miles per hour, just looking at every single thing, especially our house, especially the Hispanic ones that live there, or especially the black ones that live there. You know, she would just be, and then she would get more and more and more pissed off, because then the house on the other side of the street, right across from us, were other Hispanics. And then the house right across from us in the front were Hispanics. And the house right next to us to the back were blacks. And then, you know, like 3 houses down her own house, some Indian people moved in. Or like it was white and Hispanics. And then they moved out, and then Indians came in. So the whole neighborhood was like a whole like mixing bowl, you know, like a bagel. Like, the whole neighborhood was different ethnicities now. It wasn't just mainly white folks. And that was like making her more and more mad. And so that all of her attention went to everybody else too. So she stopped messing with us so much. Like, you know, she wasn't messing with us as much as she was the first time, or like when we were just the only ones there, like right in front of her. Oh, that was ugly. Sorry. Done. Perfect. That was so good. But anyway, let me finish this story off because I don't want it to be too long. So, you know, the attention was just not on us this whole time. Now it was like everybody else. And so her health started deteriorating. And I think a year before, or that same year that we were moving, I think she passed away. And we didn't feel not an ounce of bad. Like, well, at least I didn't feel bad that she died. I was just like, good. You know, now these neighbors can rest and like live in their house peacefully. But I still like live around the area now that I'm married. So what I do, like sometimes I haven't done it in a long time, is drive around my old neighborhood. Tomorrow, I'm putting this clip just so you guys know what exactly I'm talking about. I will record my old neighborhood, but I drive around there and I still see her car. Like, the mailman is still alive, and I guess he drives the car, and I think obviously the sons are still alive. But this lady, when she was living, she was the most racist person that we ever encountered in our lives. And we really didn't like encounter a lot of racists, you know. We always lived around like Indians and blacks and white. I mean, like literally everything. And we never had any issues with anybody until we moved into this neighborhood. But other than that, like, we really liked the house. You know, we really had a good time other than the drama. But, you know, now that I think about it, I was like, if we didn't have that drama, will we really have fun? You know, it's like, and I'm also thankful that it didn't escalate to like more serious things, you know, and a lot of times it could have, but, you know, thankfully it didn't. I did one thing that I shouldn't have done, but I did. And I'm not going to say it because I might get in trouble. But, you know, it was just retaliation onto retaliation. So we were just always, you know, fighting. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, if you guys have a story like mine, like you encountered like a crazy neighbor or just any racist story, please comment them down below. If you like my video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, but you do like my videos, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.